This is my one wheel. More specifically, my Pint X. Currently, I've ridden over 807 miles throughout the Bay Area, and I don't plan on stopping. I'm Juan Rodas, 5'7", size 9 shoe, 140 pounds or 145 on a heavy meal, an independent filmmaker, and a very average one-wheeler. Oh, I remember that place. Oh, that place was fun. Oh, I remember this place. That was a fun ride. Don't let these rides fool you. I'm not an expert. I don't do tricks or attend any group rides. No doubt you're already confused about what the hell I'm riding on. From what I understand, it's a board with a single wheel that self-balances you, like an upside-down pendulum. The only thing that you need to do is lean forward to go forward. Now knowing what a one-wheel is and how it works, my biggest question is, who is it made for?
The one wheel is not necessarily an ordinary device. This might go against the grain for a lot of people, but I don't think everyone should ride a one wheel. I think it's a specific type of device for a specific type of person.
I don't know if this was the intended target market. So a lot of guys in their 30s looking for a new hobby that's fun.
I think it's for people that are bored. I think it's for people that want something more in their lives. I think it's for people that are ex-skaters who are tired of hurting themselves all the time.
Typically the demographic, it's all over the place, of course. There's, little girls that ride it, there's 80-year-old men that ride it, but it seems like the core demographic is sort of like mid to late 30s guy who used to shred back in the day, used to skate back in the day, maybe used to snowboard, surf, whatever, but then, had a family. It's tough to keep skating into your old age, right?
This is the greatest thrill of my life! I'm king of the world! Woohoo!
Seems like I fit the criteria. I used to skateboard, but not anymore. I'm 28 years old, pretty close to 30, and it's hell of a lot easier than riding any other means of transportation. At least for me. Actually, I wouldn't say easy. Like learning how to ride a bike for the first time, you're gonna crash. Woohoo! As far as the danger factor, if you could tell us exactly how you got injured.
So what happened was I was riding on campus and I was passing a girl and a guy. The girl was distracted from talking to the guy, but she took a different course as I'm passing her, turns left, so then I have to brake really hard, fell backwards. I only had my left hand to kind of catch me. All my weight hit my wrist, but kind of got it reassessed and they actually think it's a sprain.
Anything you do that moves at 20 plus miles an hour, you can get hurt on bad.
Top speed. Careful.
Over 99% of the falls and the nosedives and stuff are user error for sure. So you can fairly safely ride a one wheel around, and then mechanical failures are very few and far between.
Out of all the crashes I've had, it's the one I didn't record that did the most damage. It was supposed to be an easy ride. No helmet, elbow, or knee pads. Just cruising along, listening to some music. On my way to lunch, I did not see this big fat pothole that was on the road. All of a sudden, gunk! I ate shit on the pavement. My right knee took 80% of the blow, and my right hand and elbow took the rest. It was really embarrassing. I got lucky, and because of that luck, I'm wearing protection more often. But I'm still rattled by it. At times, I have to remind myself that injuries will happen, and if I'm not careful, even death. But let's face the music. It's a risk I'm willing to take. And if the risks are taken away, then the value of living is taken.
ONEWHEEL's under attack.
The CPSC is trying to ban ONEWHEEL.
Scathing warning about one wheels, an official document from the federal government saying that one wheels are not worth your life.
CPSC put a ban on the one wheel.
The CPSC said this week that one wheels are dangerous and that nobody should ride one.
Consumer Product Safety Commission warns consumers to stop using one-wheel self-balancing electric skateboards due to ejection hazard.
I'm Karen. I'm with CPSC.
Due to ejection hazard, at least 4 deaths and multiple injuries reported.
They're gonna ban ONEWHEEL. We've done some digging and we see that your product
isn't safe.
CPSC evaluated the one-wheel products and found that they can cause the rider to be ejected from the product, which can result in serious injury or death to the rider.
The CPSC, which is part of the federal government, came out with this press release that said one wheels are dangerous, and if you own one, you should immediately stop riding it.
The last thing I want is to bring politics into my hobby. Having to discuss my rights shouldn't even be in this conversation.
And what they're trying to do is to protect us. I guess inherently in the design, you're riding a balance board. You're expecting something that self-balances to balance itself. From a physics standpoint, it's idiotic to think that that board's gonna keep you balanced 100% of the time, all the time.
There's really no mechanical fix for a nosedive, which is what I assume they're saying when it says it can eject you off the front, because that's just overloading the motor off the front. And there's nothing you can do to fix that. You can't change physics at all on that.
I mean, I don't think those claims were really true, that like nobody should ride a one wheel. Yeah, I think that statement should be ignored or like not viewed as being like correct. You know?
I think it's a little bit of fear mongering on their part. I think that's probably what they're the best at. And that's not a stab at them. I think that's literally just like kind of what that organization does.
If it wasn't from this announcement, I would never have known what the CPSC actually was. So let's actually have some fun and explore the website of what they deem worthy of recalling. So this is the CPSC website, and we're gonna go see what exactly they recall on a daily basis. Laundry detergent. Okay, a baby toy. All things are choking hazards for a baby. Another baby toy. You might as well put every freaking choking hazard known to man on this website. Baby bottles. Of course, this was an eye-opener. Minus all the baby products, it seems like they're picking a lot of random objects just to put on their website. There must be some justification to it, but why is the one wheel being targeted? Is it really about an ejection hazard or something else?
We're doing something new, doing something innovative, and not everyone is gonna understand you when you're doing that. I think, we were talking about it's like the early days of snowboarding, right? Basically every ski resort in the United States was like, no, you cannot snowboard. 10 years later, skiers and snowboarders are sharing the slopes and it's fine.
Hypothetically, if the government had their way, what would I do? This device, like all devices, does not define who I am, but it has made things easier for me to get around, and I find true joy in that. And without it, it's kind of unimaginable.
It's weird to think that, the idea of not riding at all is really weird.
We're at a point where the cops don't even like, if you're doing something wrong, but you're fast enough, it doesn't even matter. There's literally no way they can enforce that.
How would you feel if that was just 100% banned? What would you do?
They're not gonna do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't do it. What are you gonna do?
It would be a different perception when I'm riding it, because if it's been officially banned by the government and yet I'm still riding it, I would be more cautious, I would say.
Risk makes life worth living. To me, the closest analogies are mountain biking or snowboarding. If you do those activities, you've definitely been hurt. It comes with the territory. You choose, am I going down this hill at 10 miles an hour, 20, 30? Zero risk is not the ideal operating point for a human. You need to try new things. You need to do things that could have some consequences across different aspects of your life. That, pretty unanimously, is the path to living a full life.
We take on challenges to prove our worth and to build the value of what we strive for. Pushing the limits of our body and the mind ultimately builds discipline. So let us discover that. Take risks. If you win, you'll be happy. If you lose, you'll be wise.